Let's factor out the greatest common factor from a negative 3x squared times a plus a 3a plus a 9. Now, right away you might think, oh, let me take the a's. But the a is not held in common with every single term. 9 is missing the a. But you might see the 3's. So we could take out a 3. And we would be left with a negative x squared a plus 3. And then we might say, you know, I don't really like the negative in front of x squared, and this is optional. Well, let me take out a negative 1. If I do that, or pull out the negative, I just pop a negative sign in front, and I change the sign on every term inside the parentheses. So I get x squared a minus 3. And either answer is okay. You will more often find this answer in textbooks, and a lot of people are more comfortable having a positive sign in front of the term with the highest degree. Now, you could have a more interesting case where your greatest common factor is not a monomial. We've been basically pulling out monomials, right? It may be a binomial or something even more entertaining than that. We'll look at a binomial. So let's look at some examples. Suppose you're to factor, and oftentimes you're just told to factor and left to your own devices to figure out how to factor. X times x plus 2 plus a 3 times x plus 2. It looks a little bit different than what you've seen before, but if you notice, we have this x plus 2 floating around in both places. We could pull out the x plus 2, so let's do that. Be sure to keep it in parentheses. Once it's gone, what are your leftovers? Well, we've pulled it out. Your leftovers go in parentheses. We are going to keep an x and a 3, and remember that they're added. So this is factored. Here was your greatest common factor, and here's what I'm calling the leftovers, into x plus 2 times x plus 3. We're going to use this idea that we might have something other than just a monomial to work with in the next method, but that's for another segment. To recap on this one, we're first of all going to look for common factors. Then we're going to pull out the common factors, and that may happen in stages, that's fine. And finally, we're going to put the leftovers in parentheses. And it is important to note that this is always going to be the first thing you look for when you factor. Look for common factors when you're factoring as your first step. That's the end of this segment.